going back to, I guess, your prior situations in life, and I know you've talked about it numerous times. I know a lot of people are always intrigued about it, and you have it on, your Twitter and your Instagram, homeless to greatness. But is that something you enjoy talking about? Is that something you like talking about, or is it just something that people happen to bring up?
Um, it's kind of like both, because I used to see it as like a I don't know, something to talk about in a bad way, but now for me, I kind of like appreciate it more every time I talk about it, because it made me who I am as a person and a player, and just created a different like I would say it woke something in me, like to to do what I do basically. And when people ask about it, I kind of like either probably smile before I talk about it, or I just don't mind talking about it, because like I said, I just appreciate it that much.
Mhm.
And also, like I said, I enjoy talking about it myself. So it's not something I would like boast about, because it is what it is. I mean, but it's like people always want to know, like and the more people ask, the deeper I get into it. But I feel like those was hard times, and like I said, that made me the player and person that I am today.
Mhm.
And my thought process is different
Yeah,
for a lot of things.
definitely. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, do you think going through those type of situations allowed you to be more, want to work harder and just kind of be more appreciative of like the things you have in life?
It definitely pushes you to like an edge of like, I gotta do this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's either that, and just like also at the same time humbling too,
Mhm.
because you really don't have nothing. But I had nothing but this game to rely on. So, and that's like, I mean that in the most literal way, like nothing but the game.
And just looking at everything as a whole, and from what I at least was able to gather from things I've read and other interviews, you went through a lot of adversity. And in ninth grade, I saw that you got your place evicted with your family. You had to live in a motel, and then you went to juvie at some point. Then you were homeless on your own. And just with the three things, like you said, that football was always a constant. That's all like you kind of had to work on. But how did you not let it break you? How did you not have those say, you know what, it is what it is. I should just move on.
Well, I would say the mixture of already playing football. I kind of love football already,
Mhm.
and then like that mixed with the motivation of like what I was seeing and going through every day. Like like you said, like before I was homeless, my family was already always poor. So that was kind of something I always had in the back of my mind. Like, all right, even though I'm homeless now, like they're still poor. So it's kind of like just putting things on your back, like wearing it on your sleeve, still being able to have that edge or that motor to just keep going. So that's what I think makes me different from a lot of people. And yeah, I think it was eighth grade we was evicted.
Mhm.
Ninth grade, that's when I was on my own.
Okay.
I did wind up in that juvie thing because I was listed as a runaway, but that was only for like month and a half, something like that. So it was definitely a lot of adversity, a lot of time to also have a lot of downtime to think, because I was already surrounded by a lot of bad things, so it's not something I wanted to fall accustomed to. And
And so I guess when you were in juvie, you had your family come and visit you every once in a while. And how important was that, just being able to see them?
I actually wasn't. It was like my uncle came to visit me. I think that was about it, really,
Oh, okay.
because that was like, I would say that was probably rock bottom for me, for real, for real.
So was
Because
was it sorry. What were you saying?
no, you good. I was saying that was probably rock bottom, because I don't know how jail is, but that kind of felt like jail to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Well, I was just gonna say, well, in that case, was that hard on you not being able to see your family then if they didn't
I mean,
really?
I was already not seeing them because I was on my own at that point.
Yeah.
Um, I was worried about like how I had to, because I knew I was gonna like it wasn't like I was in there for any reason. I knew I was gonna get out of it. I was
Yeah.
worried about how I was going to improve in football. Like I think my mind was always on this goal right here, and even in there I was working out, like of course, but just always being locked in and not worried about all the negative things around me.
Mhm. Well, then how did it kind of happen where, because I know you had 6 siblings and obviously your mom, but how did you kind of get separated from it? Did you just want to move out, or was it just kind of like things happen and it happened?
So I would say it was I always tell people to make it make more sense. It was like some religious issues.
Mhm.
Not that I have a problem with religion, but they kind of made it like that. Being that you know, high school game days were the so happen to be the days that days of worship for them, my mom and them and like that. So that kind of kept interfering, and I basically had to choose between they made me choose between quitting football. I couldn't be there no more, so I kind of bet on myself,
Mm.
and I didn't have like any like love lost towards them or bad blood. I still knew what I had to do for them, but I just didn't think they understood what I was trying to do. So it's kind of like betting on myself. I always bet on myself, I feel like.
But then now just looking to now football, talking about football and the football perspective of things.